Alright, welcome back. This is Narcoleptic 9. Playing episode 2 of Dark Souls. We're just at the Firelink shrine here. Want to make a slight correction. It's apparently hollow. They're hollow undead that are the ones that are what we're fighting. So we're at the first shrine here that we can actually do anything at. So we're going to level up. From what I remember, I know I'm going to need some strength soon, because there's some weapons we're going to try to get, but also it is always important to have vitality, so we're going to get that. Two, notice that I use souls to get the level for that, and I think that looks pretty good for the first time we're leveling up. We're actually going to be brave and go ahead and use this humanity to reverse our hollowing. So we will actually become human now. You notice we looked rather like the zombies we were killing. But now we are officially human once more. So we're actually going to get some items before, actually this direction is kind of where we will be heading first, because that is actually really the easiest place to go. On my first couple attempts at playing this game, I tried to fight some places that were not the right direction. I ended up getting routinely killed, frustratingly routinely killed. There's nothing I could really do about it. This guy, not really that useful. I suppose I should actually talk to the guy back in the shrine, but we'll be heading back there shortly, so just gonna run up here quick and pick up some items. I remember where they were at. So we have another Soul of the Lost Undead. Yeah, not so much over there. Gonna run down here. Now this is just something that I actually found out just by running around early on, but then they hint at it apparently a little bit, that there's a bunch of chests up here. Excuse me. So I picked up some homeward bones. Those are, you can use them to instantly teleport to the last bonfire you rested at. Sorry, had to clear my throat there. I'm playing this a bit after I had just been recently sick. Anyway, so we got Morningstar and Talisman here. Morningstar, it's apparently not one of the better maces, but it's good enough that you can use it for when you need to face undead. I should say specifically skeletons, which let's actually get it up here. Now, I talked about it sort of, but and this may actually put us over the edge. No, we can still roll. The stat equipment load there determines how agile your character is. So if you equip too many weapons or shield / offhand weapons, or if your armor is too heavy, or all of the above, you will make it so that you have less and less mobility. Now, sometimes you want that. Sometimes you want to trade off. I want the heaviest armor and the best shield and the biggest weapon. I mean, deal a bunch of damage, and I'm going to be tanky. But sometimes that backfires, because then you can't dodge stuff. Which, the better you are at this game, the more dodging should be is probably better, because then you avoid the damage versus trying to absorb it. So we here I I just equipped a talisman, and I find it hilarious when you can't actually use it because he's just like, oh, never mind, that I can't use that actually. And I should say she, but anyway, so we're actually just kind of equip that for now. Talismans are used to, they are used in the casting of miracles, which the build that we're going for is kind of a big picture thing that I thought was interesting to try. Is a kind of holy warrior type person. I hate skeletons because they just are really kind of they always fight in pairs. They actually have a large amount of health for the level that we're at, and they can just murder your face. We're actually maybe just gonna run away. If I can. Heal up. And you can see where the mace comes in handy, because if I was using the sword, they wouldn't stagger like that, or they fall to pieces. But this kind of makes it so that we can fight a couple of them at a time, maybe, and not... It's really going to suck if I die right next to the shrine. But once you get going on them, you can kind of just keep them down with the mace, Morning Star in this case, until you kill them. All right. So we got those items. Probably gonna hold off on there are some really good weapons in that graveyard area where we came out. Probably gonna hold off on going there though, because there's a bunch of skeletons there, and there are skeletons that make those ones look like children. They have like these giant, they're like twice as big, and they slam down right on your face, and if you don't roll that or have enough, I think it's poise, which is a stat that you get from having heavier armor, you'll just be flattened to the ground, and then they will proceed to murder your face. There's a lot of murdering of faces in this though, so it's not too big of a deal. Just kind of roll with the punches. Remember to get off the menu. We'll be doing that a lot. But this way, you'll see there are more of these zombie guys, and they are much easier to fight than the skeletons. That guy is always annoying because he'll keep throwing those down. So I'm going to face that soldier guy second. Actually third. So face this guy first. Oh, what the hell? So people trying to be cheeky. Now that though, that was style. See how I stabbed both of them? I like doing that too. Camera's just kicking people off the cliff though. Although you lose, I think if they were to drop anything, you don't get it. Now, since I started as the warrior, it's not such a big deal, but those guys actually drop one of the better medium shields. You can buy this shield, which is called the heater shield, later on, if you didn't start as the warrior, but that shield is sort of on par. The only difference is weight. So you can have this on with something that's lighter than over here and grab Soul of the Lost Undead and come back in here. Now, as I said, I have played a bit, so these first several episodes are going to look like I know exactly where to, or at least mostly where to go, and what to kill, and what's coming. There will come a point, maybe, I don't know, depends on how long these episodes are, maybe like 10 or so episodes in, where I will start to run around like an idiot and get murdered a lot. But these first areas are relatively easy for this game. At least this area. Like I said, that graveyard, it's no joke. And not like these are easy, it's just easy by comparison. When I first started this game, I literally spent 2 hours on one character trying to go the area I thought was obvious, which was the graveyard, and those skeletons were like, no, you're just gonna die every time. These zombies, they're not necessarily pushovers, but they're pretty easy by comparison. If I remember right, behind this pile of barrels is an area that I can jump down. And if I also remember right, there are guys in both directions. I could be wrong though. There's nobody over here. Over here though, there's some guys. But I totally had him. Alright, well I'm gonna drink this because that sucked. In here. Remember, right? Yep, there's a body. Alright, cool. It's kind of a ingrained thing to break everything, but there's rarely stuff underneath things. But it's RPGs teach us that from a very young age, that you must break everything. I remember there's an ambush here, so I usually just run out and then start stabbing people through the doorway. I know it's cheap, but they consume me. Alright, running over here. Doing pretty good so far. Only had to use 3 Estus flask things, because we're the best. Remember right, there is nothing of value in this room. Oh, hey dude, where'd you come from? Just gonna hear dead. I'm not really sure what the significance of the white light is, but it kind of divides some areas. So I think until you pass it, people can't cross. It's probably the main point, so you don't get swarmed by people who aren't supposed to be there yet. But it only is there once, so maybe it's just more like a checkpoint thing. You can run and jump in this game, but I don't think I can cross that yet. There's a way to get up there though, on the roof. Anyway though, we're just gonna go up here and just be like, oh, what the hell is that? Oh, it's a giant dragon. Unfortunately, I can't really be surprised. Almost got me the first time though. You get to fight him later. off to the right there. That's where the merchant is. We'll have to get there later. First, first we have to get to the next bonfire. I think is a good place to go. Gotcha. That was close enough. What he's gonna drop? Probably a shield. Oh, short sword. Short sword. It's actually a pretty decent sword. Basically deals the same damage as the sword I'm using right now, except it is faster and lighter, but it has a slightly shorter range. So slightly less damage, shorter range, but the same moveset and the same, and it's kind of, oops, took that bolt right to the chest. Kind of the same gameplay style, which is cool. I like the stabs because those are really good at handling people in enclosed areas. Alright though, we have some souls. I guess let's level up again. I don't know if I want to do strength yet. Let's get some more vitality. Remember, like I said, every time you rest, area around you gets respawned. That's actually any respawnable enemy respawns. There are some enemies that aren't respawnable, like for instance that giant dragon we just saw. But most of these little guys are people who will respawn. Alright, large attack. Or I should go visit the merchant, I guess. At least clear the way there. Ow. That could have been worse, because that like flurry of attacks is really deadly. Got some spear guys here. They tend to keep their guard up until you kick them before they attack. So I generally go to kick them. If I can actually do a combo right. So, where we're heading, the merchant guy, that dragon, he actually drops a pretty powerful sword if you happen to kill his, he has a tail, and if you break his tail, he'll drop a sword. There's kind of a cheese way you can do that with a bow and arrow. I'm actually not going to do that because I want, as powerful as that sword is, I want to try to not cheese my way through. So I may get it later when I actually, just to have it, but I want to use the longsword, and I'm planning on upgrading it and making it a divine sword. Like I said, this is going to be a holy warrior. So you can make a sword divine, which makes it so that it, see the bottom stat there right above humanity is faith, and faith augments your any divine weapon. So like having a divine weapon in high faith makes it so that we can get some more damage off our weapon. Most weapons scale off of strength and dexterity, or some combination of both. I think here it is. Param bonus. They're at the bottom. So it looks like, you know, it's a C on both. So this scales averagely well on strength and dexterity. But the trade-off to make it divine is it reduces that a little bit. I think it makes them both D's. But then it gives you a C scaling on divine for the first couple upgrades you do for divine, and then it makes it so that you get a B after, I think it's halfway to being fully upgraded. Anyway though, I'm sure you remember where we are. We're on the rooftop here, but that's that bridge that I couldn't get to earlier. So we're actually going to run. Really suck at this whole sprinting thing. It's probably better we clear these guys out and then do it, because then we'll have to fight them later when they come out anyway. Probably all at once, because they'll all aggro. We'll do that guy. Let's try this once more. For some reason it's strange. I'm not seeing any notes, which to me seems odd, although maybe not a lot of people, maybe people have to be playing this game and not a lot of people are playing on a Monday evening. But so far, no notes in the, I think the only player notes really show up in this area. I wonder if you can jump on that. I guess probably not. Alright, let's try this from further back. There we go. I don't remember what's up here. Right, it's over here though. Crossbow and standard bolt. Crossbows are interesting in that you can fire them from they fire them one-handed. Downside of crossbows though are you can't actually you can't aim them. So the trick, I guess I was talking about earlier, that probably isn't really intended, is you take a bow, which you can buy from that merchant. Actually, I guess we'll go visit him now. Now we have some more souls again. But you can buy it from him. You can buy a short bow, and you'll need probably, or possibly up to about 60 arrows. And then there's an area where you can actually shoot the dragon, or excuse me, it's not a dragon, it's a drake. So those are like baby dragons. So it was a massive, what I would normally call a dragon, but it was, it's not even one of the biggest dragons in this game apparently. So we'll have that going for us later. But so you buy short bow.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
This guy's kind of a jerk. Anyway, so you buy from here. You buy a short bow. And then you buy. Oh, you might need up to like 60 or so arrows, and then you can just shoot the tail from safety, and you don't have to worry about it. As far as what I want from this guy, there's actually not a whole lot. Probably not worth getting that yet. We'll buy one of these. That's part of multiplayer. This is actually a drop from those spear guys, but it's... No, actually, I like the spears, but not enough to buy this one. There's a place where we'll get a winged spear, which is better. So we'll hold off on that. So, not really much going on over here. Like I said, this is where you can buy the heater shield, which is the shield I already have. And a short sword if you want it. But I already have those.
Thank you kindly.
I don't really need anything else from him. But we do... It's actually going to swap out. We'll put it... Or we'll put this here. And... I think we pretty much cleared that area out. Actually... Probably am getting to the point where I should find a good place to stop. We'll see how long this is, and then if it's short, we'll come back and take the next area. So, thank you for watching. If this is the case, have a good day.